Hello again, welcome to class number 325. Whose book is this? Whose? It's mine. Whose pencils are those? They're mine. Whose camera is that? It's Marta's. Whose microphone is that? It's mine. Whose books are these? They're mine. Whose telephone is this? It's mine. It's mine. It's mine because it belongs to me. It's mine, es mío porque me pertenece a mí. It's mine because it belongs to me. It's yours because it belongs to you. It's his because it belongs to him. It's hers, con ese S. It's hers, es suyo, de ella. It's hers because it belongs to her. It's, ¿dónde está mi chica, mi amiga? It's ours because it belongs to us. Those pencils are mine, and they're hers as well. So, they belong to us. Those pencils are ours because they belong to us. They're ours. They're not yours. They're not his. They're not hers. And they're not theirs. They're ours. They're not theirs. They're not Marta's. They're not yours. And they're not the company's. They're ours. They belong to us. All right. It's mine because it belongs to me. It's yours because it belongs to you. It's ours because it belongs to us. It's his because it belongs to him. It's hers because it belongs to her. And it's theirs, su de ellos, suyo de ellos. It's theirs because it belongs to them. This book is mine. It's not theirs. And whose books are these? These books are mine. They're not theirs. They're not yours. And they're not Marta's. And they're not Natasha's. They're mine. Whose book is this? Whose lights are those? Whose mirror is that? Whose camera is that? Whose watch is this? Whose shirt is this? Whose microphone is this? Whose classroom is this? Whose? Y luego el sustantivo. Whose table? Suena raro en español. ¿De quién libro es este? Literalmente cuyo libro. Whose book is this? Pero así lo decimos. Es correcto decir, whose is this book? Pero ni el 0,1 como 1% de la gente lo dice así. Whose is this book? Se oye 3 veces en la vida. Whose book is this? A diario. Okay. Whose pencils are those? Whose pencils are these? Whose pencils are those? These, those. These, those. This and that. Whose pencil is this? Whose pencil is that? Whose pencils are these? Whose pencils are those? They're mine. This book, it's mine. It's mine. It's my book. Mi libro es mío. My book is mine. My book is mine. Es redundante, pero ilustra el uso dinámico de los pronombres. My book is mine. Tu libro es tuyo. Your book is yours. Su libro de él es de él. His book is his. En este caso, el adjetivo posesivo y el pronombre posesivo son idénticos con él. Su de él, his. Suyo de él, his. Mi libro es mío, su libro es suyo. His book is his. My book is mine. Her book is hers. Your book is yours. Their book is theirs. Su libro de ellos es de ellos, que conste. Their book is theirs. Our book is ours. Ours, okay. It's easy. But hay mucho malabarismo aquí con pronombres. All right. Are you as tall as Pau Gasol? No, I'm not. Pau is taller than I am. I'm shorter than he is. I'm not as tall as he is. Hey, are you as rich as the Rockefeller family? No, I'm not. I'm not as rich as the Rockefeller family. I don't have as much money as the Rockefeller family. I don't have as many houses. I don't have as many cars. I don't have as many bank accounts. No tengo tantas cuentas bancarias como los Rockefeller. I don't have as many bank accounts. But they don't have as many, the Rockefellers, the family, they don't have as many pencils as I do. Yeah, they don't have as many pencils as I do. And they don't teach English as well as I do. I teach English better than they do. They don't know how to teach English as well as I do. Yeah. And they don't have as many microphones in one place as I do. I have two. Well, three. There's another microphone over there. There are three microphones. There isn't as much sunlight in Belgium as in Spain. There aren't as many leprechauns in Spain as in Ireland. Excuse me? Leprechauns son los duendecillos del bosque en Irlanda. Ah, leprechauns. There aren't as many leprechauns in Spain as in Ireland, but there aren't as many megas in Ireland as in Spain. Yes, there aren't as many olive trees in Italy as in Spain. Olivos. There aren't as many olive trees in Italy as in Spain. There isn't as much olive oil in Italy as in Spain. There's a lot of olive oil in Italy, eh? Yes, there's a lot of olive oil in Italy, but not as much as in Spain. Not as much as in Spain. There are a lot of olive trees in Italy, yes, a lot, but not as many as in Spain. Not as many as in Spain. Yes, there are a lot of olive trees in Jaén. Yes, in fact, there are more olive trees in Jaén than in all of Italy. No, yes. There are a lot of olive trees in Italy, but there aren't as many olive trees in Italy as in the province of Jaén in Spain. Yes. And there are a lot of beautiful women in Russia, but there aren't as many beautiful women in Russia as in Seville. Right, Marta? There aren't. English teachers. There are a lot of English teachers in Japan, but there aren't as many English teachers in Japan as in Spain. Yes. There's a lot of sand in Spain. Arena hay mucho en España. But there isn't as much sand in Spain as in Algeria. There isn't as much as, there aren't as many as. Now, Spain is a big country, but it's not as big as Mexico. Mexico is bigger in area and in population. So Spain isn't as big as Mexico in area, and Spain isn't as big as Mexico in population. But Mexico isn't as big as the United States, either in area or in population. The United States is bigger in both in area and in population. So neither in area nor in population is Mexico bigger. But Mexico is a big country. It's a very interesting country. Yes. Greek history, la historia griega, is very interesting. But for me, it's not as interesting as Roman history. Yes. It's very interesting, but I prefer Roman history. So it's not as interesting as Roman history. Maybe. Okay. Spanish history is very interesting. In fact, it's more interesting than, in my opinion, than Roman history. But it's not as interesting as French history, perhaps. Or perhaps not. Who knows? Okay. I don't have as much money as Mr. Ortega in Galicia. I don't have as many cars as Mr. Ortega. I don't have as many bank accounts, etc. Okay. As much as many as. Yes. No tengo tanto como él. I don't have as much as he does. Aunque la gente suele decir, I don't have as much as him. Grammatically incorrect, but de uso universal. I don't have as much as him. No, I don't have as much as he does. Pero casi recomiendo que peques con him porque es más fácil. I don't have as much money as him, which means he has more money than I do. I don't have as many cars as him or as her. I don't have as many cars as he does. He has more cars than I do. All right. As much as many as. Page 315.26. We're almost finished. Yes, with Unit 28. To remind and to remember. Whew. Es fácil. Bueno, yes. Recuérdame para que no se me olvide. Remind me so that I don't forget. I'm very forgetful. I'm very forgetful. Soy muy olvidadizo. I'm very forgetful. I forget things easily, especially with my age. I'm declining. My memory. I forget things. So, I need you to remind me. To remind me. Say, Richard, don't forget, tomorrow you have an appointment with the dentist. Oh, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Richard, yes. Do you remember that you have a business lunch later today? Comida de negocios hoy. Do I remember? No. You have a business lunch today with the president of the government. Really? I completely forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. Now I remember. Thank you for reminding me. Now I remember I have a lunch today with the president of the government, with the prime minister. Yes. To remember is acordarse de. Yo me acuerdo de muchas cosas. I remember de mi juventud, of my youth. When I was a little boy and when I was a teenager, I remember many things. Remember. O sea, remember es recordar en el sentido de acordarse de. Remind is recordar a otro para que ese otro no olvide. Okay? Remind. Claro, menos mal que me has recordado. Yo no recordaba, pero ahora que me lo has recordado. O sea, se puede usar el mismo verbo para ambos conceptos. Aunque exista acordarse de, también recordar nos vale. Ahora recuerdo, gracias a que tú me lo hayas recordado. Okay, now I remember, thanks to the fact, como in spite of the fact, thanks to the fact that you reminded me. All right. Yes. Voy a poner esto aquí. Yeah. Richard, yeah. Why do you have a pencil behind your ear? It's here as a reminder. Recordatorio, it's a reminder. Yeah, because I have lunch today with the Prime Minister of Spain. And I keep forgetting. Cada 15 minutos, anda, se me ha vuelto a olvidar. Hoy tengo comida. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I was invited to the Moncloa Palace, and I'm forgetting. Can you imagine? Yes, I keep forgetting. So I'm keeping this pencil behind my ear as a reminder. As a reminder. Como un recordatorio, decimos en inglés. As a reminder. Yeah, but why did I have this pencil here? I don't remember. Do you remember? Why did I put a pencil behind my ear? I don't remember. Debo de tener algo hoy que por recordar. I must have something. I must have something I need to remember. But I can't remember. I have forgotten. He olvidado. I've forgotten why I put the pencil here. I know I put it here as a reminder. But I don't know why. But now I don't remember why I put it here as a reminder. Yeah, I just don't remember. Hey, do you remember? Yeah? Oh, yeah, the lunch today with the president. Yeah, I forgot. I completely forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Entonces, acordarse is to remember. Recordar a otro para que no se olvide is to remind. Remind me, remind him, remind her, remind them, remind us. I'll remind you. Ahora, también existe to remind of, añadiendo of, o sea, recordar de, literalmente. Eso es cuando dice, ¿me recuerdas? Oye, es que me recuerdas un antiguo amigo mío. Eso ya no es no olvidar. Es otro uso de recordar en inglés y en español con remind. You remind me of an old friend of mine. Yes. Marta reminds me of my second serious girlfriend. Yeah. Yes. Natasha reminds me of a girl I liked in college. College is in la universidad, in Dallas, Texas. I remember a girl in my class that, wow, all right, I was crazy about her. But she had a boyfriend. But Natasha reminds me, tercera persona singular, Natasha reminds me of that girl many years ago. Yes, she reminds me of. All right. So, you remind me of. He reminds me of an old friend. Yes. And recuérdame que pase la página. I'm forgetting. We're on page 315. What do I need to do now? Richard, let me remind you. Remind me of what? What did I forget? Well, if you have finished page 315, that means that the next step is to turn the page to page 316. Oh, thank you. All right. Thank you for reminding me, because without your help, without your reminders, tus recordatorios, without your reminders, like the pencil was a reminder, I wouldn't know what to do. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis noble in the heart to suffer the slings and arrows, etc. To be or not to be. Yes. ¿Por qué se dice not to be? Porque así es el negativo del infinitivo. Tener o no tener. To have or not to have. Although Ernest Hemingway wrote a story, a book called To Have or to Have Not. But it's to have or not to have. To be or not to be, that is the question. Hamlet's dilemma about suicide. To be or not to be. Yes. Te dije que no perdieras la clase de hoy. ¿Te acuerdas? Ayer te dije que no perdieras la clase de hoy. I told you not to forget. Te dije ayer que estuvieras hoy. I told you to be here. I told you to be. And to be here today, and I told you not to miss today's class. Because today's class was the introduction of remind. So I told you not to miss this class. Te dije ayer que no perdieras ni por nada del mundo esta clase hoy. I told you not to forget to come here. I told you not to miss this class. And you're here. Thank you for coming. You paid attention to my recommendation. And so, but today, I started, well, yesterday I did point 24. This is point 27. I did point 24. But before the class this morning, I decided not to start on point 25. I decided not to start the class today on point 25, in spite of the fact that I did point 24 yesterday. Despite the fact that I did point 24 yesterday, I decided not to start on point 25 today. even though, despite the fact that, in spite of the fact that, even though I covered point 24 yesterday, I decided not to start, to be or not to be, to start or not to start on point 25. I decided to review again point 24 for about 5 minutes before starting. Okay? To be or not to be, to go or not to go. Yes, I don't know whether to go. No sé si ir o no ir. I don't know whether. No se dice if. If, no sé si voy a ir. Punto. I don't know if I'm going to go. No sé si estoy de acuerdo contigo. I don't know if I agree with you. If, if. Ahora, si dices o, dos opciones. No, siempre vamos a whether. No sé si estar de acuerdo contigo o de estar de acuerdo con Marta. I don't know whether, con WH, whether. ¿Suena? A tiempo atmosférico, ¿no? Weather. Aunque los tejanos aspiramos la WH, weather. Podemos soplar velas, apagar velas con whether. I don't know whether to agree with you or with Marta. And I don't know whether to finish, to stay in Unit 28 today or to start Unit 29 during this class. I don't know whether to go or not to go. I don't know whether to continue teaching or not to continue teaching. I don't know whether to retire after this unit or not to retire. To retire or not to retire, that is the question. I don't know whether to continue teaching English or not to continue. To continue or not to continue, that is the question. All right. Are you ready for Unit 29? Yes. Fractions, wow, 1/3, 1/4, 1/4, 1/2, 1/10, 1/12, 1/13. Yes, una treceava parte, no? 1/13. All right. Yes. 5% of the people in Spain go to Mass go to the church every day. They enter the church, pray, and then go to work. 5% of the people. 1/20 of the people. 5% of the people. Yes. What percentage of the people in the United States smoke? I have no idea. Maybe 15%? 10%? Not many, I think. Well, smoke tobacco. They smoke other things sometimes, which probably is worse than tobacco. I don't know. But people who smoke cigarettes, maybe 10%, 15% of the people in the United States smoke cigarettes. How many people in the United States smoke a pipe? A pipe. Probably less than 1% of the people in the U.S. smoke a pipe. I haven't seen a person smoking a pipe in years. When was the last time you saw somebody in public smoking a pipe? Yeah? Have you seen anybody, Marta, smoking a pipe? No? In a long time. Yes. Does your husband smoke a pipe? No? No. All right. Does your father smoke a pipe? No? I don't smoke a pipe. I've never smoked a pipe. But it's interesting because they smoke the pipe. They're always very active with the pipe. And the pipe often has an interesting smell. But I haven't seen a man, mujer nunca. I've never seen a man smoking a pipe. I haven't seen a man smoking a pipe maybe in 20 or 30 years. It's a bad business now to manufacture pipes. But in any case, I'm sure some people still smoke pipes. Now, what percentage of the people in the United States smoke cigars? Puros. Maybe 1%. Very few people smoke. 1/10 is the same as 10%. 1/5 is the same as 20%. 1/3 is the same as 33.3%, etc. 3,412, 2,822, 9,501, etc. Number pronunciations easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where is it difficult? 12, 13, 14, 13, 14, 13, 30, 13, 30, 13, 30. No, algún profesor dirá 13 para diferenciarlo de 30. Sin embargo, no acentuamos la segunda sílaba. 13, 13, 13, 13, 14, 15, 13, 14, 15, 13, 13. Sin embargo, hacemos la N al final. 30. 30 es muy abrupto. 30. 14, 40. 15, 50. 16, 60. 17, 70. 18, 80. 19, 90. Los americanos decimos 90, combinándonos la T. 90. 95. 95. Y algunos dicen 90, como si fuera una D inglesa. But I have to go now. I have to go. But I'll be back tomorrow. Take care.